Hello there, I'm Blackbright and thank you for passing by. If it's the first time and you like what I'm talking about, please click on the thumbs up and subscribe. And for my existing subscribers, I just want to thank you. I mean, some people seem to think I haven't been broadcasting and I've been out of circulation for a while, but I haven't. I've been consistently uploading, but I'm not quite sure what's happening with the algorithms on YouTube, but sometimes they don't get out to all the subscribers. But I'm happy that you found me and that you find me at a time that you probably need me. Now, today I wanted to talk about the benefits of the British citizen, benefits of being a British citizen. And I was inspired by the article, lexology.com. So I'm going to read from that and then I'm going to put my 2 pence worth in. There are parts of it I don't understand and I'm going to be speculating. And I want to come to the conclusion of how I feel as a British citizen, somebody who's born in the UK. How do I feel and what are the benefits for me? So, like I said, the source is lexology.com. And the title of the article was The Benefits of Being a British Citizen. And it was based on those from the Commonwealth, which is what intrigued me. So it said the Commonwealth has its roots in the days of British colonialism, during the height of the British Empire and global power. Today, the Commonwealth is an association of 54 former British territories and includes nations across the globe, both small and large, including Antigua and Barbuda, Australia, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belize, Botswana, Brunei, Cameroon, Canada, Dominica, Kingdom of Eswatini, Fiji, the Gambia, Ghana, Grenada, Guyana, India, Jamaica, Kenya, Kiribati, Lesotho, Malawi, Malaysia, Maldives, Malta, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, Nauru, New Zealand, Nigeria, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Cyprus, Rwanda, Samoa, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Solomon Islands, South Africa, Sri Lanka, St. Christopher and Nevis. St. Christopher and Nevis. St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Bahamas, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, Tuvalu, Uganda, United Kingdom, United Republic of Tanzania, Vanuatu, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. The reason why I'm thinking St. Christopher and St. Nevis, I thought that was... it's gone out of my head now. St. Vincent. I hate that when that happens. Anyway, it's going to come back to me. So given this unique connection between the 54 nations, it is useful to understand the benefits enjoyed by Commonwealth citizens in the UK. And I feel it's quite ironic that so many of the Commonwealth citizens are not enjoying the benefits. So, the right of abode in the UK. The right of abode provides the ability to live or work in the UK free of immigration controls, as would be the case for a visa holder. Not only do those with the right of abode not need a visa to enter and stay in the UK, but there's also no set time limit on how long they can remain. And there we have that same old question about the Windrush, because that is how it was That is how it's always been, and I would have expected it to remain like that up until the islands went independent in the 1960s. But I don't know how they get away with, well, I do know how they get away with it, because if they rely on evidence, which is what legally they need to rely on, and people don't have evidence, then they're royally screwed. So, not all Commonwealth citizens have the right of abode, but many do, either through their parents or marriage. In order to have the right of abode through parents, the following must apply. One of your parents was born in the UK and was a citizen of the United Kingdom and colonies when you were born and adopted. You were a Commonwealth citizen on the 31st of December 1982. I'll tell you something, things are going on in my head and they're not coming out. You did not stop being a Commonwealth citizen, even temporarily, at any point after the 31st of December 1982. The right of abode through marriage is only available to female Commonwealth citizens who must have been married to someone with the right of abode before the 1st of January 1983 and not stopped being a Commonwealth citizen, even temporarily, at any point after the 31st of December 1982. I'm not quite sure why that is stressed, because if you're a Commonwealth citizen, how can you not be a Commonwealth citizen? I guess if you go off to another country and get married and acquire citizenship of another country, that's the only thing I can think of. According to Home Office rules, however, female Commonwealth citizens typically don't have the right of abode if the person they were married to has another living wife or widow. Now, I don't know if that is polygamy or if that means an ex-wife, because it also says a widow. So I'm not sure whether, as long as you I guess you have to be the first wife. That's the only thing I can think of with this one. You have to be the first wife. Because if it didn't say widow, then I would think, But widow means that man is single. So why wouldn't you be allowed? That's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, it may be possible if they entered the UK while married before the 1st of August 1988, brackets, even if their husband has other wives in the UK, or if they have been in the UK since their marriage and at any time were their husband's only wife to have legally entered into the UK. Now that floored me, because I didn't know you could have more than one wife, but apparently up until 1988 they did allow a man to have more than one wife, if it was their custom. And they were bringing these first and second wives, and if they couldn't bring the second wife, they would divorce the first one and still keep that first one in the house and marry the second one. Back in the day, say 1604, bigamy and polygamy was punishable by 7 years in prison and rendered illegal in England and Wales, and in some cases it was a death sentence. The HMRC and the Home Office say that there are 1,000 men who are polygamists in the UK. Polygamy has declined since 1988 Immigration Act, which made it harder for men to bring second, third and fourth wives to the UK. So before that, it looked like they were bringing them all over. Oh. So the UK Ancestry Visa. Now this baffles me. Some Commonwealth citizens are also eligible for the UK Ancestry Visas. One of the real benefits of this type of visa is that the holders can remain in the UK for 5 years without having to apply for an extension to their leave. After 5 years in the UK, the Commonwealth citizen can then apply to settle permanently in the UK, referred to as indefinite leave to remain or ILR. To be eligible for the UK Ancestry Visa, the Commonwealth citizen will need to apply from outside the UK, be over 17 years old, prove that one of their grandparents was born in the UK. Now, this is where I get flawed, because I'm trying to think, okay, I'm a grandparent, and I'm trying to think that being a grandparent, the only way that this could be relevant is if I'd gone out of the country, had a baby, that baby is in another country, maybe another Commonwealth country, then let's just say Jamaica for the sake of it, and then that Jamaican child now wants to come to the UK under the Ancestry Visa. But I don't think that can work, because what they're saying, or what I've read, is that if you are British by descent, i.e., even though I'm born in the UK, but my parents are not, I cannot file for my children. I don't know if they can come independently based on that. So I don't know how that works. If I'm missing something, and if there's an immigration lawyer out there who can answer this question, I'm really intrigued how that works in practical terms. So let me go back to that. Prove that one of their grandparents was born in the UK, including the Channel Islands and the Isle of Man, on or before the 31st of March 1922 in Ireland, or on a British registered ship or aircraft. So I don't know who would be applying for a UK Ancestry Visa. I can't see who's eligible to do that. They need to be able and planning to work in the UK, have sufficient funds to support themselves while in the UK, and provide evidence of clear tuberculosis test result, but this does not apply for all countries. And as we all know, for the island countries, they were all a part of the Commonwealth from pre-1922 until 1962. So I just don't understand it. And that's what I'm saying about the English language and legislation. It's just so complicated. And there's one set of rules for this period, another set of rules for that period. One set of rules if you're born in the UK by descent, another set of rules if you're born in the UK but you're not by descent. And another set of rules if you're born in the UK but your parents are illegal. Well, that way you're definitely what they call an anchor baby. But I don't understand how that one works at all. If your grandparents are born in the UK, how does that work? Because I was thinking about my mum. She definitely wasn't born here. Anyway, I don't know how you qualify for that. It is also possible to apply for an ancestry visa if either you or the relevant parent were adopted or were born within or outside marriage in the UK. It is, however, not possible to apply for a UK ancestry visa through step parents. So it's also possible to apply for an ancestry visa if either you or relevant parent were adopted or were born within or outside marriage in the UK. So I guess this might be for those people whose parents didn't register them. Because if they were born, because they can actually be born within or outside marriage in the UK. So maybe this applies to those, because there was a point where only the father could register the child and the mother couldn't. And especially when you think of Black British families, the guy, hardly any of them were around at the time. And so the women were having all these babies at one point. And I'm sure when the law changed, the father didn't know that they had to register the child. So technically, there's a group of children that could actually be stateless because they're unregistered. And so therefore, they're not British citizens. So I'm wondering if the Ancestry Visa could be used for those. It's expensive though, but it might be able to be used for those to prevent them from becoming stateless. So the UK Ancestry Visa cost £516. However, applicants also need to pay for their healthcare surcharge, which is currently £400 per year per person on the application. Oh, sorry, it was £400 per year, but now it's £624 per year. So it's a real stumbling block for people who don't have money. This can add significantly to the overall cost of applying for an Ancestry Visa, as this must be paid at the time of the application for all 5 years of the duration of the visa, and that amounts to £3,120. So this is why a lot of people haven't been registering or applying for these visas. They're so bloody expensive. But at least there's an option, rather than being stateless, if you're an adult now and then you realise that when you were young, your father didn't register you for whatever reason, ignorance, basically, it'd probably be ignorance. A lot of men just didn't realise that they had to register their children. And even if they did realise, maybe they didn't have the money to do it. I don't know. But now it's going to cost you £3,120 because you have to pay for it for 5 years. I don't know what happens after the 5 years. You probably have to pay for another 5 years. Oh, dear. Anyway, applications cannot be made more than 3 months before travelling. So, because that's another problem. Because these ancestry visas, you can only apply for them outside the country. So where do these children go? So supposing you have got children who their parents didn't register them for whatever reason, where would they go? So that they're outside the country in order to apply. Because technically, they're British citizens. And if they go somewhere else, the assumption would be that that's where they're supposed to be. That is their country of their parents. And then it'd probably be even harder to get a visa. I don't know. It just seems to be very, very, very difficult. Applicants cannot be made more... Oh, I said that, haven't I? Let me just read it again. Applications cannot be made more than 3 months before travelling, and decisions on UK Ancestry Visa applications are typically made within 3 weeks. Now, that's quick. As a UK Ancestry Visa holder, you will be able to work, study, and bring family members with you. Eligible family members include dependents living outside the European Economic Area, EEA, i.e., the applicant's partner, children under 18 and children over 18 who do not yet live an independent life, e.g., they are married, have children or live away from the parental home and are financially self-sufficient. So you know that's going to be difficult to get. So, visa-free travel. Some, but not all Commonwealth citizens can travel, work, visit and study for up to 6 months in the UK without the need to apply for a visa prior to arriving. It is important to check on the UK Home Office website if you are expected to show a visa for entry on arrival at the UK border, as unfortunately this is not consistent across all Commonwealth nations. And as we know, Jamaica is, I don't know if it's the only island country that hasn't got a visa. There might be a couple other. I know there's a few African countries where you need a visa. But Commonwealth members are Australia, Canada, India, New Zealand, Pakistan, South Africa, Sri Lanka and the United Kingdom. So those are the Commonwealth members, not the Commonwealth countries. And we all know that Barbados, they removed themselves from the Crown and are now a republic. So exemption from the English language test. Another of the benefits enjoyed by some Commonwealth citizens is the exemption from the English language test when applying for a visa. Again, this does not apply to all Commonwealth countries, but it does apply to citizens of Antigua and Barbuda, Australia, the Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Canada, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, it's in there, New Zealand, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Trinidad and Tobago. So those are the ones that do not need an English language test. So that saves a little bit of money. And the last bit is final words. The benefits for Commonwealth citizens in the UK vary according to the country of origin and the individual's family background. Some may benefit from visa-free travel for stays of up to 6 months, allowing them to work, travel, study. Others may have the right of abode or be eligible for an Ancestry Visa. If you're unsure of your rights as a Commonwealth citizen, it is recommended that you seek the advice and guidance of immigration solicitors in the UK, who will be able to assess your eligibility and rights. This may mean you can avoid some time-consuming, costly and often stressful processes of making a visa application to enter and stay in the UK. If you do have a special rights as a Commonwealth citizen, use them. Sometimes we need to use every advantage we have at our disposal. So, what are the benefits for me being a British citizen? Well, I have to say, yes, I can benefit from the 6 months. So far, I have not had any problems travelling, stuff like that. I think I've only recently started becoming uncomfortable about being a black British citizen by descent, only because you realise that you're treated differently than somebody born in the country who's not by descent, i.e. whose mother, grandparents and great-grandparents are from the UK. So that's the only thing that I started feeling uncomfortable then. Started feeling uncomfortable even though it's probably unlikely, but when the NC-19 came out, the deprivation of British citizenship, start feeling uncomfortable then. Start feeling uncomfortable with all the little innuendos. But prior to all of this happening, and I think everything's kind of been happening since just before COVID. It's really funny how laws have been changing and legislation is being updated, and Post-COVID, we're having even more new legislations seeping in day by day. And it just creates an ambivalent kind of feeling. But by and large, my lifetime experience in the UK as being a British citizen has been positive and has been good. It's like what I said. Only recently you start feeling uncomfortable with the new legislations because you want to believe that the government is fair, unbiased, and that it is only serious criminals who will be stopped at the airport and whose passport will be confiscated, and they have to go back to where they came from, as opposed to, just having the confidence that, yes, I'm coming through the airport with my British passport and there's no problem. So I think that's all I've got to say on that one. Your comments, as usual, would be appreciated. Bye bye for now.